Shawn Kingston wasn't supposed to be a superstar. In 2007, a teenage dreamer in Florida signed a record deal, and overnight became a sensation. With his debut single Beautiful Girls, Shawn was everywhere. Radio, YouTube, music videos. The track went double platinum. The music video, over 1 billion views. He was still just a teen but already living like royalty. The money came fast. So did the fans, red carpets, and the designer drip. By 2010, Shawn was collaborating with Justin Bieber. They dropped a track that dominated the charts. He was invited onto Disney Channel, rubbing shoulders with household names. By now, Shawn had a $500,000 diamond crayon necklace, a fleet of luxury cars, and custom designer bags. Everywhere he went, people saw a teenage success story. But success is fragile, especially in the music industry. Shawn was so high, he didn't see the fall coming. And when his music stopped trending, he wasn't ready to stop spending. This was just the beginning of a bizarre multi-million-dollar fraud scheme. And Bieber's name would somehow get dragged right into the middle of it. Years passed, and Shawn kept trying to recreate his early glory. But every new song flopped. Shows sold fewer tickets. Fans moved on. The limelight dimmed. But Shawn wasn't ready to stop living like a celebrity. So he came up with a plan. He just stopped paying. To pull it off, he recruited someone who had already danced with the law. His mother, Mama Kingston. She had already served time for bank fraud. She knew how to make fake documents, fake receipts, fake everything. Shawn tested the plan at a jewelry store. He found a $285,000 watch and convinced the jeweler that Justin Bieber was his close friend. He promised Bieber would be at events and music videos if the watch was sold to him. Then he faked a wire transfer using a doctored bank receipt sent by his mom. The payment never came. But it worked. So they did it again. This time, the victim was a private jeweler named AP. Shawn invited him to a Hollywood Hills mansion. A rented Airbnb he claimed was his home. Again he dropped Bieber's name, claimed they were best friends, and promised huge returns. He paid for half the jewelry up front, then gave AP a Range Rover as partial payment. But it wasn't even paid off. It was a loaned vehicle under Mama Kingston's name. And as AP sat in the mansion waiting for payment, a woman walked in and revealed the truth. This is an Airbnb. They don't live here. The house, car, the money, all a scam. P would never hear from Shawn again. But Shawn wasn't finished. By 2023, Shawn Kingston was living in Florida in another luxury mansion. Again, one he didn't actually own. And this time he wanted a TV big enough to cover an entire wall. So he messaged a custom TV company on Instagram. He asked for a 232-inch screen, valued at $150,000. When the crew arrived to install it, Shawn acted the same way he always did. He dropped Bieber's name again, claiming he'd help with marketing and appearances. He paid a small down payment and promised the rest later, on credit. The company, starstruck by the celebrity name drop, agreed. But weeks passed, then months. Every time they tried to collect, Shawn gave excuses. Come by tomorrow, I'll give you a check. But he never answered the door. Eventually, the company realized they'd been conned. They filed a lawsuit. And when they went public with the scam, others stepped forward. Dozens of victims. All describing the same playbook. Fake wire transfers, luxury items, false promises, and always Justin Bieber's name used like currency. The Kingston duo had racked up. Custom $80,000 bed. A $160,000 Cadillac Escalade. Over $1 million in stolen watches. It was all unraveling. The consequences were catching up fast. By 2024, law enforcement had had enough. A SWAT team raided the Florida mansion. They confiscated the cars. They stripped the house. They arrested Mama Kingston. Here's her mugshot. Shawn. He was on stage performing on the other side of the country. Right after stepping off BAM, he was arrested too. Here's his mugshot. The illusion of fame and fortune shattered. Both were charged with multiple counts of wire fraud. They were found guilty in court. As of now, they're awaiting sentencing. But here's the kicker. Each count of wire fraud can land you up to 20 years in prison. And they've been charged with more than one. The boy who once sang Beautiful Girls may spend the prime of his life behind bars. All because of a desperate attempt to live a life he could no longer afford, while using a global pop star's name to pull it off.